Hey everyone, today I want to talk about something full of beautiful teens that promises sex, doesn't actually have any sex, is packed with terror and lives on the PlayStation. But Matt's told me I can't talk about my childhood, so let's talk about Until Dawn.
That's a funny joke.
This PS4 exclusive expands Telltale's genre of the walkie-choosy puzzly choosing simulation. 8 teens with uneerily well motion captured faces have gone up to a secluded mountain lodge and you get to control all of them at one time or another. It's your job to try and keep them alive during one very dangerous night until dawn, do you see? You'll do this by succeeding at quick-time events, spotting clues in your environment, making some really fun decisions, and even using your grasp of the genre to steer your teens away from horror tropes. Or not.
Well, that's right, Quinns, because the beauty of Until Dawn is that if you want, you could just get them all murdered. Do you want these teenagers to behave like sensible adults and sensible people in the way that people don't behave in films like this? Or do you want them to behave like idiots and just get themselves killed? Or do you want to actively try and get these people killed while you sit back laughing like an evil director? It's possible to keep everybody alive, but it's equally possible to get an achievement for killing each and every single one of them. Even though I actively despised most of the characters in the game, and eventually warmed to a few of them, by the end I couldn't bring myself to actively harm them, despite the fact that the game quite frequently gives you ways to make them behave very irresponsibly.
Hey, look at this. It's a knife. Do you remember when we used to play catch knife back in college? Oh, that was great. You want to play catch knife now?
Yeah, let's play catch knife. You guys stand over there and I'll throw the knife. 3,
2, 1.
And yet I didn't make any choices like that, even though I kind of wanted to. I didn't want these people to survive, and yet I looked after them, even though I hated them. It's like being a dad with terrible kids.
Never mind Matt's malice, alright? What I want to talk about are the ways Until Dawn innovates within the genre of the walkie-choosy puzzly choosing simulation. I did a video a while back on how Life is Strange had some success in making its decisions richer by letting you rewind time. Until Dawn is even more interesting, but very different. First, it wastes no time in telling you that the consequences for your choices will be death. Just death. Plain old death. That feels so welcome in a genre that until now had me guessing where I'm impacting the story and where that was an illusion. Until Dawn gives you these 8 teens like so many poker chips, slides them over to you and says you're playing for keeps. It's exactly the same structure as Mass Effect 2's Suicide Mission for what it's worth, and in both games I went in excited and came out satisfied. Aside from feeling fair and exhilarating, this is clever for another reason. Traditionally, in games full of moral dilemmas, you're excited when the call you make affects the game, but you get disappointed when it doesn't. Here, we're trying to avoid negative consequences in the decisions we make, alright? So it's still exciting when your decisions affect the plot, but in the many decisions which turn out to be inconsequential, the player is still happy because they still made a choice that kept their teens alive. Another great idea are these Native American totem things, showcasing a level of cultural sensitivity not seen since Lego Ninjago. If you look in one, you can watch a traditional Native American vine, depicting a path the story might take. And like real vines, you watch the best ones over and over to take in all the details. What's happening here? Whose clothes are those? Where is this happening? And through this, some of the game's more opaque choices become solvable puzzles. You learn that Mike should be careful around fire. Similarly, these totems sweeten situations where you make the wrong call, only to see a totem that you'd forgotten about play out in front of you. Instead of feeling frustrated when I lost the teen, instead, I had to laugh. The game had got me. Oh, cheeky game, you took a human life. And so long as we're talking about nice ideas, I should also mention here that if you're one of the 4 people who has a PlayStation camera, you can set the game to record you during the scariest moments, which immediately makes me think of a horror game that secretly records you and then uses the footage in a fourth wall breaking nightmare sequence. Wouldn't that be great? It's probably also why developers Supermassive make games and not me, and why they're not in jail. All in all, Until Dawn did remind me of being a teenager, but not for the reasons you'd expect. It reminded me of the PS2 era, before an economic slump and the rising cost of development spooked publishers away from experiments. Here's a game that dares to last a jaunty 8 hours, that borrows more from horror movies than it does from horror video games. A game that mixes real-life celebrities and cutting-edge motion capture with a menu full of incomprehensible stats. A game where you literally cannot run, even when your friends are screaming in pain.
Billy! Baby, I'm coming!
Oh God, there's someone here!
Don't worry, baby.
He's got a knife and he looks like a...
Listen, just hang in there. I'm coming.
Oh God!
It's gonna be okay.
Hurry up, Billy!
I'm coming.
What's taking so long, Billy? Billy!
Until Dawn is a game that answers the question of, do you want to be a horror movie or a horror video game? With, yes! It's a game that answers, what do all these stats in the menu mean? With, yeah, they're cool, aren't they? It's a game that has Peter Stormare, what was in Fargo and Prison Break, and then gives him a role that isn't even part of the story. I don't want to spoil it. My point is that Until Dawn reminded me of when AAA video games couldn't decide if they wanted to be realistic and immersive, or strange in a way that only video games can be. That was a time that was so weird and wonderful that I chose to dedicate my life to games, and I'm so happy to see it again.
Gosh, I honestly don't think those apples deserve that. But if you like killing apples or trying to save children, then why not come over to coolghost.net and have a little chat about Until Dawn, or something else. And if you really like this video, then do click like and subscribe on YouTube, because it means that more people will see it. We don't know how, it's just mad science or magic. I don't know. Leave us alone. Thanks for watching. Bye.